Hi guys, I'm Diamond Davis, a content creator, writer, and strategist, and today I'm going to be talking about becoming and how it's actually really dangerous. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So about a month ago, I was starting to plan for the new year, 2026, and I was listening to one of my online mentors, and a girl had asked a question about success, and her answer was, stop saying that you are becoming successful. Stop saying that you're not successful yet. That's why you're not successful. And it just hit me. I was like literally laid sideways on my bed and I sat up and I listened to it on repeat over and over and over again. When your identity is one that you are becoming successful, that you are not yet successful, that you are on the way to being successful, it keeps you in this eternal loop of always becoming, of always not quite there yet. So I would have these experiences in life where I would have some success because I knew I was kind of successful. I knew I was becoming more successful, but then there would always be those lows. There would always be those dips. There would always be one piece of the equation that still said I wasn't quite successful yet because that was the identity that I was in. Not fully that I am successful today, right here and now, but that I am almost successful, that I'm nearly successful. So I'd get all these great things, and then there'd be a couple of pieces that were showing that I wasn't quite successful because that was my identity. And this shook me to my core. And I remember thinking, I've got to reevaluate my relationship to identity and what else is in my identity right now where I'm saying things or believing things or identifying as things that keep me stuck in a perpetual loop of shit I don't want. So the first thing I did after I had this realization was I immediately said, okay, I'm not going to say that I'm not successful anymore. Like that's out the window. I am now successful. I am claiming that. I don't need any more evidence. I'm claiming that now. I've been a full-time content creator for nearly 5 years. Okay, like, girl, why wouldn't you be successful? Clearly you are if you've been doing this for 5 years. And then I started thinking about all of my accolades. Well, actually, no, first I went to some of my closest friends and family and I told them this. And I said, I thought I wasn't successful. And all of them literally flipped out, like got mad. It was like, girl, what are you talking about? What do you mean you thought you weren't successful? And then they started pointing out all these things that I knew and then some that even I forgot. And they were like, okay, you launched your own affirmation card business. You've been creating content. You've worked with literally every brand that you've ever wanted to work with. Okay, except for Louis Vuitton and Delta. All right, they're coming though. You've been paid to speak on stages. You've been paid to be on panels. What makes you think that you aren't successful? Like, technically, all the accolades are there that you are successful. So the feelings of not quite being successful enough were really just coming from me focusing on a few things that I don't yet have. Okay, I don't yet have my own place. I don't yet have that apartment. I don't yet have consistent 15K months. I don't yet have 100,000 followers. And it's like, okay, fair, but those are only 3 things on a long list of all these other things that you do have. So I challenge you to ask yourself, where are you focusing on the things that you don't have, that have not yet come into your reality, and you're allowing them to become your identity? You're allowing them to cast a shadow on all the amazing things that you do have. Instead of looking at the few things that prove that you're not yet this, or that you're still becoming, or you're still growing into something, look at all the things and focus on all the ways that show that you are already there, that you are already that person. because the list is long. And it seems like all of a sudden, whenever we need to do a resume or we need to do a portfolio or something, we can pull all these stats and all this data and all these things to show somebody else that we are worthy of whatever it is that we want. But you need to be the same way you are hyping yourself up in that resume, in that portfolio. You need to be hyping yourself up in your own life to yourself. Like, stop looking at that resume as like a like I kind of looked at it as like, oh, this is the best of the best. This is the best of me. But no, it's not just the best of me. It is me. It is who I am. I am me on my best days and on my worst days. It doesn't matter. Like, that is all me. So we can't focus on just the negative or let those define us, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in that loop forever. And so the key kind of reframe here for our mental is, I'm not successful because of my achievements. Because of who I am, I have these achievements. You want to go from be, do, have. Not do, have, be, or do, be, have. Start with the being. Start with the identity. Start with identifying as someone that is successful, someone that is wealthy, and focus on the ways that you already are. And based off of the way that we think, that's what then influences our actions, and that leads to our reality that we have. That's Neville Goddard. Be, do, have. It's so much harder when you are trying to create your reality based off of actions, and then also based off the feedback that you get from your reality, letting your reality validate your beingness. And so if I continued, or if you continue to look to the outside world to validate you that you are something, you are never going to get it. You're never going to get it. You're always going to get what you already think. And it keeps you in that loop forever to the end of time if you don't get out of it. And so this was a really big shift for me over the last month, and I've been integrating it since then. And it's funny how even just that shift alone, within days of like claiming that I am successful and not I am becoming successful, I signed 2 new clients. We had orders in for my affirmation cards. I almost doubled my monthly income goal for December. Literally within the last 2 weeks, got PR from one of my dream brands, and so many other amazing things that I'm just forgetting. Whatever it is that you think you are becoming, that you are on your way to, decide that you are that now, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it there though. Just decide that you are that thing now. You are not becoming, you already are, and claim it. And pay attention and acknowledge all the things in your reality that affirm that to you right now. And the more you are steadfast in that energy internally, the more the outer world is going to mirror it back. But we're not looking to the outer world for validation. It is more of just that confirmation. And that takes time for that to show up. I mean, it may not be the next hour or two. And also the outside world wants you to confirm that identity. So it's gonna, if you switch and say, I am not becoming successful anymore, I am successful, the universe is going to be like, okay, are you sure? Can you confirm that for me? So they might throw something at you that might point you to think otherwise. Somebody might try to lowball you with an offer. But are you going to collapse back into, oh, okay, I'm not successful yet? Or are you going to stand in that, I am successful. I am successful now, and that offer is not aligned, and so I'm declining it, or I'm turning it away, or whatever else. Oh, that video only got 10 views. Doesn't matter. I'm still successful. You have to stand in that. And the more you stand in that and confirm that new identity, the universe has no choice but to mirror it back, because you're not engaging with anything less than. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.